The patching page in AI allows you easy access to the Salvation node-based system from within the AI interface. Let's have a look at some of the features of this page. Okay, so one of the most important things to know when working with the nodes in AI is the color ports and what they mean, because they really define your signal flow and what can be connected to what. So there are three main colors: green, yellow and blue. So first of all, blue is control data. It could be a number value, it could be a position in 3D space, any kind of control data. Green is your two-dimensional texture or image data. So think about whenever you play back a film in QuickTime, even if it has 3D animation in it, the film itself is two-dimensional. It has no depth, it's just horizontal and vertically drawn. The yellow connections are OpenGL, so that's really where a lot of the magic happens, the 3D stuff, a lot of the mapping, the really sort of more complex and advanced things. Now we can also see that of these ports there are two different shapes. If we look at these yellow ones here, for instance, we can see that the top one is kind of like an upwards pointing triangle and the bottom one is a downwards pointing triangle. So a downwards pointing triangle is an output and an upwards pointing triangle is an input. And you'll notice that AI is pretty intelligent and won't let you connect an input to an input or an output to an output. Now when we're working with these nodes, it can be quite useful to see where your signal is along your signal path. So one of the quickest ways to do this is just to hover the mouse over a port and you'll get a preview of exactly what that port is sending at this moment in time. So there we can see the image that's coming out of the mixer and being put onto the screen model itself. You can see here on the blue one, the data port, we actually get a data value shown, and that value will change in real time when a change in value is received. Now you may also notice that when I'm using this, the preview is only available for as long as my mouse is floating over that box. Now if you're doing a lot of very hardcore patching, you might want to keep your preview open at all times. So to do this, if you go up to the top, you go to View and Inspector, this will give you a little floating port like so. And so this inspector will hold that signal until I choose another port, and you can see the value there. And obviously we have my image there. So a couple of final tips. You can use Control plus and Control minus on this screen to zoom in or zoom out as required. That can make life a little bit easier if you're finding the modules a bit small. And you'll notice as well that we have an address here. So as we navigate further into the modules, this address will populate and we can return to any point along the address by just double clicking on the particular component we want to use. So let's have a look inside the mixer, and just to confirm here, we can see this module, this fixture module, has a blue header and this mixture model has a grey header. So when it's a blue header, you can no longer enter that module. That's the lowest that you can go. But when it's a grey, it's actually a patch, which is a collection of modules together, and we can just double click to enter that module. And so now we can see, as I said, this address builds up as we go along. I'm going to go into one of the layers here like so, and so now if I want to go back to the stage patch, I can just double click on that address there.